Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we have ourselves a very interesting topic to discuss, and I found this out when I was doing research for another video, thought it was interesting, figured I'd share it with you guys in today's video, and that of course is the official word on what Ninjago's lowest point was. And by official, I mean the official statement from Ninjago series co-creator Tommy Andreasen. Of course, just his own opinion, but that's as close as we're going to get to an official confirmation as to what Ninjago's lowest point was. Now, throughout Ninjago's run that has lasted many years up until this point, there have been many highs and many lows. A lot of Ninjago fans have their own personal opinion as to when Ninjago was at its peak in terms of quality, and when Ninjago was at its lowest point in terms of, I guess, lesser quality. Now, Tommy Andreasen's personal opinion as to when Ninjago hit its lowest point is actually during Ninjago Hands of Time, which is not surprising in the slightest, and let me explain why. For those that don't know, Hands of Time as a season had a lot of production issues, and in fact Tommy Andreasen cites those production issues as to why Hands of Time is probably Ninjago's lowest point. I remember watching Ninjago Hands of Time when it came out and thinking that at the time, no pun intended, the season looked a little bit rougher on the edges, all things considered. The animation seemed a little bit off, the art style wasn't as polished as it previously was in other Ninjago seasons, and even the story of Hands of Time didn't really seem that strong compared to other seasons. Now, it's been known that Ninjago Hands of Time had a multitude of production issues, including several writing staff changes and the vendor of animation that was working for Wilfam at the time suddenly decreasing in quality. I think it's safe to say that Hands of Time was certainly not the best that it could have been. And it makes sense as to why Tommy Andreasen would dismiss Hands of Time as Ninjago's lowest point. I know some Ninjago fans might disagree, including myself. I don't think Hands of Time is the worst thing to come out of Ninjago, but I can see where Tommy Andreasen is coming from in terms of his opinion. He also mentioned Ninjago's highest point, which is actually the very next season that comes after Hands of Time, that of course being Sons of Garmadon. Sons of Garmadon was a huge step up to Hands of Time in many ways, including the animation, art style, writing staff, and everything in between, and pretty much every production issue that Hands of Time faced was fixed by the time Sons of Garmadon rolled around. Now again, some people would argue that Sons of Garmadon was one of Ninjago's lowest points, but I agree with Tommy Andreasen that the Oni trilogy especially was probably when Ninjago was at its peak, at least one of its peaks. In terms of my own opinion regarding this entire thing, I feel like Ninjago's lowest low point is still Day of the Departed, or maybe even Season 11 just because of how poorly that marketing was handled, but Hands of Time being the lowest point for Ninjago, I can totally see that being the case. In terms of high points, again, Sons of Garmadon makes sense to me, but I feel like 2015 in general was a pretty solid year for Ninjago, and was probably Ninjago's peak overall. You had two great seasons in 2015 with Season 4 and Season 5, and a large multitude of great sets to go along with them. So I don't necessarily agree with the notion that Hands of Time is Ninjago's lowest point, but I can certainly see where he's coming from the perspective of somebody who actually worked on the show. And like I said, I just thought this was interesting, so I wanted to share it with you guys in today's video. Ninjago's lowest point was seemingly confirmed, and it is indeed Hands of Time. With that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Be sure to leave a comment down below discussing what you think about all of this. What do you personally think about Hands of Time being Ninjago's lowest point, and would you agree with that notion? And in turn, what do you think is Ninjago's highest point of quality, its peak if you will? Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe to all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again really soon. Peace.